Yo, my name is Julien Melnick, and welcome back to the Console Gaming Channel. That's right, we're button mashers, thumbstick thrashers, and here to have a good time playing video games. Guys, these right here are causing a lot of questions, and I want to answer 3 of them today. One is, what is the state of tech? 2 is, what is the state of gaming? And 3 is, should you actually purchase one of these current gen consoles in 2022? Or should you wait for the next iteration? Well, first things first, let's talk about the current state of tech. There is no surprise that right now, more than ever, we are having shortages, and realistically, there is a lot more there than I think a lot of people realize. And the first thing to think about is in this tech industry, we are also having this subculture, this new rise of tech requirements for something called cryptocurrency or NFTs. If you're not familiar with those two things, I'm not really going to get too far into the intricacies of crypto and NFTs, but I will say this. Both of them require a significant amount of technology that unfortunately the gaming industry also needs in order to have machines that perform at the level that, well, these perform at. And we're not going to get too far into the PC versus console debate or any of that, because right now what we're most concerned with is whether or not you should be purchasing a PlayStation 5, an Xbox Series system, or one of the new Nintendo Switches. So as far as PC versus console, we don't need to worry about it, okay? We don't. Hobbs, you hear me? We're not worrying about it. So back to the tech talk. The current state of tech is, well, it's a bummer. And honestly, with the past couple of years, we've seen not only just shortages, but just a boring year. I mean, with the limitations we have in production facilities, as well as just the whole new way of doing things, it just is what it is. So what does that mean for the state of gaming? Well, gaming as a whole is really in this weird spot. For a long time, people would go between PC and console, and there would be a pretty huge difference between the two when it comes to like performance and stuff like that. Well, with this current gen that we have right now, we have a lot of those capabilities available to us in these systems, which is pretty impressive, with the exception of the Nintendo Switch, but just hold your horses. Ray tracing, higher frame rates, and different things like that were things that were mostly reserved to PC gamers, and now we're getting them on our consoles. But the thing that really sets it apart was back in the day, PCs were something you could actually build on the cheap. You could get yourself something that is decent and quite impressive for something that is, well, relatively inexpensive. That just isn't happening right now, and that is because of the state of tech. Now, another thing that's crept its way into the gaming industry, and this is the thing that I think we need to be careful for, is the idea of leaks. And so when it comes to tech in the tech industry, it is so common for us to spend the majority of our time speculating, going into what's the next greatest piece of tech. Should I purchase this iPhone? Is the next one going to do this thing? Because we're getting new versions of things every 4 to 6 months. That doesn't mean we're getting the next version of a graphics card or the next version of a phone every 4 to 6 months, but every 4 to 6 months there is something coming out that is competing with what is currently there. That's fast. And with the life cycle of tech and the history of tech, you spend most of your time looking into the next version of something rather than enjoying the current version. In fact, when a new piece of tech comes out, we get unboxing videos, a week later review videos, and then it's over. No one talks about it anymore, and on to the next thing that's coming out. Unfortunately, this type of culture has made its way into the gaming industry, because gaming, after all, at the end of the day, is tech. Hobbs, it's tech. Cool it, buddy. But when it comes to this way at looking at rumors and different things like that, it just doesn't fit the bill, and it's causing a lot of issues when it comes to buyer's remorse. And this is why. Hear me out. So with new tech, every 4 to 6 months you're getting a new one. When it comes to current gen or video games or stuff like that, we don't get stuff every 4 to 6 months. We get stuff every 3 to 5 years. So if you're sitting here going, I don't know if I should buy this next thing or whatever, that means that you're missing out on a full life cycle of gaming for 3 to 5 years. Listen to me for a second. 3 to 5 years. That's insane. And so this gets into the last point, which is, should you buy a current gen system in 2022 with the rumors saying that we might get another thing here in another year? And I personally think, yes, I think you should get yourself a PlayStation 5 if you can get your hands on one, an Xbox Series S or Series X, whichever one fits your needs better, and a Nintendo Switch OLED or Nintendo Switch regular. And if you have any questions about those, I have other videos and I'll answer them down the line. In fact, if you want to see a video on which one you should get, please let me know in the comments below. But the reason why I say yes, you should get one is this. These systems currently are the ones that are being produced for, and if there's any speculation that we're getting a new one this year, I just want to be on the record saying it's not going to happen. These only released a couple years ago. In the general life cycle of things, they're getting close to a refresh of sorts, not a full next-gen console after these, but we have to take into consideration the past couple of years of the tech industry mixed with the gaming industry and understanding with shortages, limitations on production, and the way that these things are getting into people's homes, these are actually wildly behind schedule, which could potentially be a benefit for those of you who haven't yet got one or who just got one. That means that the already long life expectancy, 3 to 5 years, has just been increased to 5 to 7. These things are going to be around for a very, very long time. And if you're on the fence saying, I don't know, I just want to wait for the next Nintendo Switch Pro or the PS5S or the Xbox Series S Disc Drive Edition, just grab one of these. The last thing I'm going to say is when it comes to investing in technology, you always want to spend the right amount of money. Also, when it comes to investing in gaming tech, it is the least expensive tech investment you can make right now. Anywhere from $300 to $500 for 3 to 5, now up to 7 years of usage far outperforms and outvalues any other tech purchase today. Heck, you'll probably spend $4,000 on phones before you spend another $500 on your PlayStation 5. That's just plain and simple math, baby. If you like this video, hit the like. If you want to be a part of this community, hit the sub. And also, you can check me out on Twitch. I stream few times a week. It's going to be the same name here, Julien Melnick. Just go check it out on Twitch. But most of all, you guys know the drill. Happy gaming.